why? That's the question a lot of people are asking. Why the wilderness? Why this challenge? Why this frustration? Why this difficulty? I get it. People tell you never ask God why, but you've been asking God why. Have you ever asked God why and then looked at the pages of the Bible for the answer? Why the wilderness? Check it out for yourself. Deuteronomy chapter number 8, verses 1 through 4. We're going to focus just on 3 of those verses, 2, 3, and 4, but read the entire thing. Why the wilderness? Now, on the way to the answer, don't overlook the blessings of God in the wilderness. Because verse number 2 tells us, and you shall remember that the Lord your God led you all these 40 years in the wilderness. Don't forget the blessing. In the wilderness, God has been leading you. You ought to say that. Thank you, God, for leading me. In the wilderness, God has been leading me. And then check this out, verse number 3. So he humbled you, allowed you to hunger, and fed you with manna which you did not know, nor your fathers know. So God not only led me, but he fed me. In the wilderness, God is leading me and God is feeding me. But there's another one, verse number 4, your garments did not wear out on you, nor did your foot swell these 40 years. God's been leading you, God's been feeding you, and God's been keeping you. You ought to shout in your wilderness. I know it's wilderness, but God is still leading, feeding, and keeping. You're still probably asking the question, why though? Why the wilderness? The answer is here in the text. Verse number 2 says, he did this to humble you, to test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not. Okay, so you're in the wilderness. So how's your obedience been in the wilderness? Have you used your wilderness as an excuse to disobey God? Or has the wilderness fortified your obedience? I'm going to obey God no matter what. God uses the wilderness to humble me, to test me, to prove what's really in my heart, whether I would obey him or not. And then verse 3, he humbled me, allowing me to hunger, and fed me. Why did he do it? So that he may make me know that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Lord. So God has me in the wilderness so that he can humble me, test my heart, and he can make me know that I can't live by anything else than his words. So why the wilderness? The answer's in the text. Check it out for yourself. Deuteronomy chapter number 8, 1 through 4.